They're going to give it to the captain. Bailey fakes the give. Bailey tripped up. Bailey extends the football. St. Joe's wins the game. The Green Knights get the 2 and the W. Hardware-bound Nate Bailey delivers. And SJR has their biggest win of the year.
Let the man finish.
Hey, let the man finish. Great call. So funny to see about 50 St. Joe's players on the field because it seems like in overtime they either had a whole bunch of players or not enough. What year did you go into the St. Joe's Hall of Fame?
I don't know, 2013, 12, 11.
I've done these
10.
games with you for a long time. I've done shows with you for a long time. I'm just going to be honest. I thought for the first time since I've known you, there was a little Hall of Fame St. Joe's bias in that call at the end of the game. Because you know, as well as every St. Joe's football alum, that if they didn't win that game, don't even bother going to the playoffs because you're up 3 touchdowns with 11 and a half minutes left, and they almost blew that game.
Now, listen, I probably would have been thrown out of the Hall of Fame because that was the 3rd St. Joe's game that I did, or 4th game I did, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to, as you have not counted the Cardinal Hayes game the whole year.
No.
That's like the lowest test score. You took it, you struck it from the record.
Yeah.
I was in Caven Point when they lost on a 2-point conversion with 70 seconds left on the call.
Yeah.
Gave the Marauders a little enthusiasm. Didn't go over too well.
No, you were
St. Joe's.
Oh, really?
Okay.
St. Joe's people got upset?
I was on the call at home against Don Bosco.
Hold on, wait a minute. So St. Joe's people got upset on the game-winning?
They always think.
Who is it, Neglia?
No.
Who's getting Joe Scott?
No, Joe Scott? No,
Who's getting upset with you?
Just, you just read little things. St. Joe's guy getting too excited for St. Peter's or Don Bosco, but...
Has there ever been talk about taking you out of the Hall of Fame?
I'm sure they don't alert me to it though.
Really?
You're the only reason why I'm in there. You guaranteed you buy 6 tables. But
they needed that win, and we'll get to that in a second.
What was the question for St. Joe's coming out of last year? Could they finish? Why? Because against St. Peter's, they were in control. They didn't finish. Against Don Bosco, they outplayed Don Bosco. They didn't finish. And at 28-7, Mike, we were like, hey, they don't need to finish today. They're walking away with this one.
They were unbelievable in the first.
Yeah. But then they had to finish again.
Yeah, I thought they should have done what they did in the second half defensively. They changed their scheme. I thought Taj Gray lining up all over the field gave, Bergen Catholic fits. We'll get to that in just a second. You know who gave Montclair fits this weekend? Oh, my God. Have you seen these highlights, Vin?
An able body.
We just met Abel Paul. And here's what I like about this guy. When you talk to him, he's always moving. He's rocking. He's going back and forth. 10-9 speed in the 100.
Yeah.
He's an all-county track guy. We're going to just have for fun at the end. We are going to get more into that. They win at 49-39. Here's why he's the player of the week. You know me. I see that 522 yards.
Here's why he could not be anything but the player of the week.
Well, hold on. No. And this is why he was. You know me. What do I do when I see big numbers right away?
Yeah, we look at the score of the game to see were they just pouring it on and boosting stats.
Competitive game.
Right.
That's why Abel will be here joining us later in the show because he was flat out sensational.
He needed, by the way, he needed 608 yards going into the game to get to 2,000.
Yeah.
Almost got there.
Yeah, no. Well, it's funny. I was just talking to him before last year because he flies. He had almost 1,000 yards receiving last year. Because when I looked at it, getting ready for this show, I was like, oh, my God. He ran for like 350 yards last year. He did more in one game last weekend than he did all of last year running the ball. I didn't realize he had almost 1,000 yards in receptions. And when you run
just a junior.
Just a junior.
Just a junior.
You have balance like that.
I love it.
He's put together. Might not be tall, plays big. Ray Rice wasn't tall, played big. You know who played big yesterday? The guys they say aren't supposed to play big. I am a huge fan of this Ivy League football thing because I am a believer in anybody who's going to keep the great sport of football going. They're not in the Ivy League because they want to be in the Ivy League. They're in the Ivy League because they have to be in the Ivy League because they don't have the numbers of the other programs. Everybody, when I was meeting with, Coach Morris and when I was meeting with Coach Gers, both of them, unanimous. When we get the numbers back, we go back up. It's that simple. This is what's great about this league. It's competitive, and you know me, been going on and on and on all year. These games are awful. Running time. That game last night, between Ridgefield Park 6-2.
You loved
8-0 Fort Lee. As soon as I left North Bergen,
you were
I
on
called
fire
you.
too.
I was like,
you had a great call. But Mike, let's face it, it's football. I mean, whether you play in the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big East, the Patriot League, winning a league championship is winning a league championship. It's a competition, and what Fort Lee did, and we'll get into it, is something they've never done before. They went undefeated.
Went 9-0, but Ridgefield Park at the end of this game had a chance to tie it up. They scored 27-25.
Wait, what was more bizarre to you? You were on the call for both games. The ending of St. Joe's when we're in overtime, and St. Joe's, has just this circus-like moment where they get whistled for
multiple moments.
Where they get whistled for 12 men on the field out of a timeout, 12 men on the field after the penalties assessed, and then 10 men on the field. Or, basically Fort Lee's about to go into victory formation. You're all about to start giving them their flowers. Next thing you know, they're in the end zone trying to knock down a pass for the game winner for Ridgefield Park.
Oh, buddy, I was giving him. They had a shot of Gerst on the sidelines, head coach Mike Gerst. I was giving him his bouquet. And then all of a sudden he goes like this, boom, 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 15-yard penalty. Then all of a sudden Luke Senator trying to get the ball down, trying to run out the clock.
Yeah.
He runs backwards 30 yards.
It was great
I looked
theater.
at the clock. I'm like, oh, my God, does he realize they're only down 2? He can't take a safety here, right? And the play would have worked, except Big Wilk, he got cramps on the play. Yeah. So now they had to punt it, and Senator makes the play. We'll talk to him about that.
You know what? Because Gerst, he's the Bergen Catholic guy. They got nothing but Bergen Catholic guys over there, right?
How about Wingate? See him? That dude looks like
it's like
assistant coach.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Tanner McAvoy shows up when he wants to.
They're all. The only guy that's not on that staff is Nunzio. Let's face it. I mean, they all played for Nuns back in the day, and
that's why Gerst went into coaching.
But it's you know what? Listen, it was a coaching opening at Fort Lee. It wasn't like they fired a guy, Mike Rafter, the great athletic director over there, and
PC guy.
Gerst, he played for Campy at Paramus Catholic. He's a Paladin, and one thing, if you're a disciple of Campy, you could see football ooze out of people, okay? And when Gerst came for the interview, the football was oozing out of them. They knew they had listen, and obviously, when you play for Campy, you like a certain kind of football lunatic. Gerst fits into that category.
Oh, no. He could be the leading man after last night. 27-25.
It's a football lunatic.
Ridgefield Park just scores late in the game. They go for 2 to try to get it to overtime. Hit it, Vin.
What's the plan for Dan Marks to try to tie this game? Pistol formation. Tien fakes, keeps, trying to get the edge, trying to power through. He's not there. Senator in the mix. So too is Kim. So too is Greenberg. And Fort Lee stays in front.
Eddie Kalegi.
Nice job, Eddie.
I'll tell you what, I could see out of the corner of my eye, number 3, Jacob Greenberg, coming down the line of scrimmage. He didn't get credit for the tackle. He's the one who slowed him up from behind.
Strung it out.
And then all of his buddies came in. It was, we're going to get into it more. I think we're going to have Gerst, and we have a big announcement about Gerst and you coming up this weekend.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
All right.
It is a big, big story. Well, we talked about it. It was truly one of the most bizarre endings of any football game. St. Joe's, you have too many coaches, okay? It's that simple. You got to clean it up. Your sideline antics are insane. 12 guys out of a timeout. 12 guys out of a timeout. Then Bergen Catholic goes to run the overtime play. Now you have 10 guys on the field. He runs off. You send it back on. He runs off. They score with 10 guys on the field. They went for 2 at the end. They knew the entire week, given the opportunity, they were going for 2. Now, the good thing for St. Joe's, now they got some momentum. Can they cash in? They find out tomorrow night. They'll play DePaul. If they go there and lay an egg like DePaul did on the road against Del Barton, now you got to worry about St. Joe's. I mean, if everything breaks right, and we'll get into it with Cooper, if everything breaks right for St. Joe's over the next 24 to 38, 48 hours, somehow, some way, they could be sitting at the 2. Because it's not done by... I
don't think it matters much this year, Mike. I think 1, 2, 3, 4... I think it mattered last year. Last year, St. Joe's was 5-4, so the 4 seed...
It matters if you get the 4.
But
100%.
But, Mike, what I'm saying is you have 4 viable options in the Final Four. Okay? Any one of those 4 teams could beat the other one. They've already proven that. St. Peter's beat St. Joe's.
So you don't give Del Barton any chance?
They're not going to be in the top 4 seats.
I know.
We're only talking about the top 4 seats.
Right.
They're not eclipsing the top. So last year, Don Bosco was the number 2. They got an easier draw than the number 1 because 1 got 4, which was St. Joe's.
Right.
Okay? And guess what 2 got? St. Augustine.
Right.
Okay, what would you rather play in the semis?
Yeah, no.
And St. Joe's led Bergen Catholic 14-0 in the third quarter. But Bergen did what they do. Okay, they closed out the game. And that's going to be the question now going into these playoffs. And listen, I think things feel a heck of a lot better at Bergen Catholic that game went to overtime. Let's put it that way.
Well, it shouldn't have. Hit it, Vin. Here we go. Let's pick it up in the second quarter. Mason Geis, who was absolutely terrific, gets a gift here. Ball deflected. David Forster, first touchdown of the year. Joe's up 14-7 in the second quarter. 5:10 left in the half. Green Knights rolling. Sean Bryant. Jim, look at the balance. Look at his vision. And look at the big game.
He's the breakout player of the year in the big boy conference here, and for St. Joe's, he's been an absolute blessing. All the guy does is positive things every time he touches the football.
Well, get ready for this. This was a great combination all night. Geis to Stalin Nolden, 11 yards down to the 19. A few plays later, Nate Bailey goes in 21-7, 2:55 left.
Listen, when Nolden and Bryant, it's almost like Bailey's a complimentary guy, but be careful if you think he's complimentary because he will come after you.
Joe's not done. Those same two again. Geis, 30 yards to Bailey in the seam down to the 20-yard line, and then just check this throw out. This is as good as you can throw a ball. Geis in the bucket to Nolden, 28-7 at the half. All the momentum with the Green Knights. Second half, BC comes out with purpose. Vito must have lit him up there during those 20 minutes. Big Dante Kane, the big gain, and that sets up Najee Calhoun. 5-yard touchdown, 28-14.
Right.
Okay, maybe some window dressing. What do you think? But all of a sudden, Bergen comes back down the field. Now it's a fourth down play, and look at Jonathan Collette.
Look at the sidelines, Mike. Look at the sidelines for SJR. That's a big one right there.
Huge sack, and then moments later, it leads to this. Geis, another perfect pitch to Nolden. 35-14, 11:30 left in the game. Go home, everybody. This thing is over. Oh, wait a second.
Look at the clock, Mike. 8.5 minutes.
Calhoun goes in from a yard. A little window dressing. And here, I will take this to the grave. This ball was touched at 9.5 yards. It should have been St. Joe's ball. The officials take another look. They give it to Bergen Catholic. I know in the naked eye, and we were right there where that ball was kicked, and I know that ball was touched.
So they get the ball. But the problem for St. Joe's, Mike, Bergen Catholic goes on a one-play drive after this because they award them the football. St. Joe's didn't love the call, but one guy you got to cover on the wheel route, Austin Busso. Nobody covers him. Oh, my goodness. Look at what's going on in the corner of Forest and Oradell at about 3 o'clock on Saturday. Tie game.
35-28. 5 minutes later, it's all even. Taliaferri, who struggled but played so hard, still had decent numbers. DeBrian Porter gets a good block from Willis. 3:58 left. Somehow, some way, tied at 35. In the overtime, what's the biggest thing in overtime?
You want to win the coin toss and decide what you want to do. St. Joe's won it and said, we'll go on defense first.
And that's what they did, and they decided on this play, we're only going to put 10 guys on the field. So Calhoun gets his third touchdown of the game, point after good. It's big, 42-35.
Bad news that they gave up a touchdown. Good news, they still had a chance, Mike.
Look at Jack Krizalevich from Bryce. Great throw. What a catch. We talked about it earlier. They knew all week, no matter what, they were going for two. Geis is out. Nate Bailey shifts into the Wildcat spot. They run the fake reverse. You had the call. What happens here?
I mean, listen, you bring in Best, you fake it to him. Everybody freezes for a second. And Bailey going against Cruz. Cruz got a little touch on him in the backfield, but you saw Bailey put the hand down, Mike, keep his balance, had just enough room to extend the football. Listen, as far as the two programs go, Bergen Catholic will take the loss and they'll move on. St. Joe's, as you said, kind of needed it. They needed it for the harmony of the program. Krasevlovich was, just an amazing one-handed catch there. I mean, everybody chips in, and
only his 11th catch of the year.
I'll say this, Mike, too. It was a signature performance for Mason Geis.
Cool.
I mean, it was a signature performance because I think,
Before you go on, just the numbers. 19 of 23, 274 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I said all along, I said it last year too, Lamar Best, Geis came from Immaculata. They over-recruited Geis and brought in Lamar Best. I said from day one that Geis was a better thrower than Lamar Best.
Listen,
he proved it the other day.
He spends this year hearing about, super softs, Trey Talaferri and Shane at Don Bosco, Bell at St. Peter's. And I heard a lot of talk this week on the airwaves, Mike, about, Geis did a great job. He kept he didn't transfer out when they brought him best. And, he stayed the course. I don't feel bad for Geis because it's like they chose to come here. I spoke to his dad, Jimmy Geis, before the game. They wanted to leave Immaculata because they wanted his feet in the fire. And if you're going to go to one of these schools, if you're going to come to this conference, Mike, especially as the quarterback where there's only one, okay, you have to be ready to win the job at all times, okay? So you can't say you're in the Geis Nation, that was ridiculous, they brought him best. Doesn't matter. Get used to it. Whether you go to college, whether you go to the NFL, get used to having to win that job. And he did a great, and I don't care whether you're Geis, Best, Marco Green, your name is Snee, Merriman, whatever it is, okay? At that position, you're going to have to win the job. It comes with the territory. And he did it, and you felt good for him, Mike, because he threw some flat-out beauties at Bergen Catholic on Saturday afternoon.
I love the passion.
Yeah,
bordering on anger.
Well, because his dad was dad was very emphatic with me. Like, we wanted to come here. We weren't going anywhere, okay? His dad was a great wrestler at South Plainfield, tough guy, football guy. It's like we weren't running from this opportunity. We were sticking it out. We were going to win the job. And like the way he threw the ball, I mean, man, they, the sky's the limit right now, with Geis. And he just felt good for him because it's like, he maybe didn't get the early publicity that those other guys did in the season. But that's the ebb and flow of a high school football season, man. Keep chopping.
You know what I saw that I really loved? Taliaferri was under duress all day. Taj Gray. Yeah. His older brother, Chaz. Gillette.
Terrific player.
Came out struggling early. Not struggling, but not his typical numbers. Boy, did he play great in the second half. He really did. There's a guy that I could watch play every second of every high school football game. He wears number 7 for Bergen Catholic. Joshua Cruz, the linebacker going to New Hampshire. That guy plays at a different speed. That guy plays angry. He plays tough. He plays with purpose. And I could watch number 7. And I know in a game that's 43-42, defense doesn't get talked out about it. Hey, Cruz, I'm the leader of your fan club. Yeah. I think you are flat out terrific. You play the game of football the way it's supposed to be played. Nonstop, every play. Really good. Like, there are times we're calling his number every single play.
Yeah, listen.
And Jackson Vaughn showed up because there was a little bit of rivalry. The Jackson Vaughn, Taj Gray got heated after the game. I don't know if
it was good.
They're pushing each other.
You saw 0-7 for Bergen Catholic all over the place. Yeah. 7. We've done a bunch of Bergen games now. Okay, New Hampshire is like they should be thanking their lucky stars. They better send a car for him at the end of this school year because this kid is an amazing get for them. And listen, he just makes a lot of plays in a high school football game.
Junior Gillette was awesome too. He played number 8. He was just so
Junior
good.
Gillette played in 2004 and went from
Jonathan. Sorry, Junior
to the NFL. Junior Gillette though played in one in the reference game. That I use when people, you and I worked on Long Island for a long time, and they'd always, oh my God, you guys go on and on about this Jersey football and Westchester. People say to us sometimes from New York City. I used to say, hey, let me ask you a question. You have any high school football games out here that have 6 NFL players in the game? 6 NFL players in one game. Because the day we went to Bergen Catholic for St. Joe's versus Bergen, you had the McCourty brothers and Cushing and Junior Gillette and Isaiah. It's just
Jimmy Dre.
Yeah, Jimmy Dre, and just I'm gonna think about that. 6 NFL players in one game.
You brought a picture?
I did because, after the game, I saw one of our favorite guys, man. And, we've really enjoyed seeing Tony Carthage back on the sidelines. And I saw him having a great conversation with one of his all-time favorites, and that is Jersey Joe Scott. Man, we love Joey Scott. And listen, Joey Scott is on the sidelines because he's one of Augie's guys, man. They played on that great 97 championship team together, 11-0. And Joe Scott, the Scott family is such a big supporter of St. Joe's football.
Do you think Joe Scott's family could get you a golf cart
I think he probably would. He is arguably the greatest athlete to come ever out of St. Joe's. He had 9 varsity letters. He went to Seton Hall to play baseball. He won the 2 titles in 96 and 97. His record as the starting quarterback for St. Joe's was 25-1. I'll just give you his team because
Vin, hold on one second. Can you put that picture back up?
Jim Obvitabli.
Hold on. I just want to. Was this picture taken before there were 12 guys on the field for consecutive plays?
That ain't the look. That ain't the look Tony had when the flags were coming out. That's for sure.
Oh my God,
Mike, how about the '97 team though? You know, of Augie Hoffman and Joe Scott, right? Vinny Churchill, Clemson, NFL, Boston College, Ryan Gonzalez, Pitt, Nicky Gallo, Ray Lafredo, Ernie Svalto, Augie Hoffman, Robbie Ring, Quentin Unsworth, Stevie Borchers, another resident lunatic, Edgar Puzio. Just great days, and to see Joe Scott there supporting the boys, and listen, this is the heartbeat of high school. His teammate is the head coach now, so he's there every game. Churchill's every game. Those guys who played together, still it's almost 30 years ago now. Amazing. Love it.
The list of those guys, it kind of reminds me of this game. Vin, the game played the other night.
Oh, yeah, by the way, just last thing. Hold on, Vin. One last thing, Vin. Jimmy Avatavoli had a great line about that offensive line, right, that was led by Augie Hoffman. He said, he said they're the best O-line he's ever seen, right? And Jimmy Avatavoli is a former O-line coach who's seen it all. He said they're the best O-line he's ever seen. Yeah, they were nasty, they were athletic, they had technique, on and on. He said, but they also had attitude. He said they would break the huddle at times, come up to the line of scrimmage and say to the guys, hey, we're coming counter to the right now, to the right. They would tell the defensive line what they were doing, and it was the exact play that they said, and they ran them right over and go, told you.
Joe Scott didn't throw it much, did he?
Sure he did.
No, he didn't.
All right, maybe. I mean, they were
kind of like this game. We're in Liberty Red. The other night, this thing flew. All right, this is for the Liberty Red Division Championship. Give me a little music, please. Mount Olive, undefeated no more. West Morris. In a game with 29 points, there were 4 lead chances. Deacon Frayne, 30 for 137 and 2. This is what I love. Look at the balance in this game. Mount Olive, 121 on the ground. Woo! West Morris, 196. 86-51 total, 207. These teams, if they played 5 times, winner 3-2.
It was a winner take all for the division. 2 unbeatens, over 2,000 people. Division title on the line. Super Football Conference, Liberty White Division. The Wolfpack now the number 1 seed. They'll get Snyder in the first round. Mount Olive, they'll get Nutley. Don't forget, Mike, Mount Olive. You see their points 13. They were averaging 44 points per game.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to give the Wolfpack some credit. They got after it defensively.
Game flew. The game flat out flew. Last Friday night, it seems like months ago that I called the Northern Highlands Ramapo game. On the line, the top seed in North.
3 games ago for you. You were on the Wednesday night call.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were on the Saturday call.
I ain't getting paid enough.
We'll address that.
It was it was really good.
Tell you what, you can keep the Bergen Catholic helmet for the great work you did this year. That's it. Did you grab one after the Crusade?
No. Remember the last shot in the Crusade? It was my favorite shot. If you've never seen the Crusade, you should watch it. We did it 23 years ago on MSG Network. We followed the Bergen Catholic football team for the entire season. There was nothing fake about it. Every shot was real. None of this garbage documentary Kardashian BS stuff. It was totally real.
Tell us how you really feel.
And unfulfilled expectations for Bergen Catholic. Don Bosco beat
They had just won the title the year before.
Yep, and they were the team of the 90s. And the final shot, we go up, Roy Picorni, my cameraman, and I, we go up because remember the championship game, even though Bergen was the away team, was played at Bergen Catholic because Don Bosco played the semifinal game at Bergen Catholic as the home team because their field was a disaster.
Yeah.
The championship game was supposed to be at Rutgers, but it had snowed. And the final shot of the Crusade, we go upstairs. I have chills talking about it right now. And sitting in the middle of the locker room was a Bergen Catholic helmet upside down. And I looked at Roy Picorni and I said, that's how we end the documentary. Unfulfilled expectations. It's a true thing. It's amazing how many people, some guys who watch the Crusade, like Matt Sims said he went to Don Bosco because of the Crusade.
Yeah.
Dom over there, the head coach of Pope John, went to Bergen Catholic because of the Crusade.
Sure.
He was going to go to St. Peter's Prep. He watched the Crusade and said, I have to play for Fred Stengel. You know what the good thing back then was? Kids like in Franklin Lakes and stuff, they weren't going to Bergen and Bosco. They were staying home.
Yeah.
Remember Chris Sims at Ramapo?
Oh, I do.
Boy, I'll tell you what, driving up to Ramapo to
You tried to tell me last week he wasn't a 4-year starter.
No, I know, I was wrong. He and P.J. Walker had the most starts ever. And but this was for number 1 seed in North 1, Group 4.
Yeah, Paul
Great
had
game.
won the last 3 meetings, Mike. Opportunity for Northern Highlands.
Well, it does, and they come out right away, 4th and 2. Dave Cord says, you know what, heck, we're going to come play this game. O'Callahan, the RPO, to chase Calarco. I really like the Cornell boundary. Look at this. Ramapo's lost. They have no idea what's going on 4th down. Doyle flat to Calarco. Big game. That sets up Tucker Canning, a 7-minute drive. Northern Highlands, man, when they go on drives, they eat a lot of clock. Short touchdown, 7-0 Highlands.
Do you know Northern Highlands went for it on 4th down 7 times in this game and made 6 of them?
It was incredible, but back comes Poe, Casey Grusser, all those Grusser boys. Look at that, to Joey Yessis. Yessis didn't play last year, injured. Here, 21-yard touchdown, 7-7. Second quarter, wow, I love the way 23 ran the football. Big Liam Hayward, 20 yards.
Downhill.
And that would set up Grusser. 1:57 left in the half. It's a 3rd and 5. This kid is a dual threat going to Merrimack next year. 4-yard touchdown, 14-7 Green Raiders at the break. Third quarter.
Where's Sally Boy?
Grusser, play action. Look at this pitch to Sal Lavati. 39 yards down to the 1. You hate in highlight shows where there's a 40-yard play and it only goes 39. But here you go. We can get Hayward on the show again. He'll finish off the drive. 21-7 Ramapo.
Don't count out Big Red. Don't count out Big Red here. Where's the Cornell guy?
Here he is right here. They go on another one of those really long drives. Calarco, really good two-way player. 1:34 left in the quarter. And we would have a game because O'Callahan. Why is this credited as a pass? I don't know. O'Callahan to Flat. Flat was good. Not a big guy. Plays big. 21-14. Ramapo would answer. Early 4th quarter. Big play here. 4th and 7. They elect to go for it. Grusser, Hayward keeps the drive alive. And a couple of minutes later, Grusser going to buy some time. And look who's camped out in the back corner end zone. Number 5. Watch him throw his hand up. Said, hey, Casey, give it to me. Watch this.
Imagine that. Had the injuries. First time he's ever played Northern Highlands. Scores 2 touchdowns. Makes 5 catches. Had to feel great.
They would answer on a 6-minute drive. 4th and 2. Calarco, 7 yards, 28-21, 2:16 left. They had used all their timeouts on that drive. So now they have to onside kick.
Team.
And Gino Gorgia, he's a good player, man. A lot of good players in the game. 28-21. Grusser, 9 of 13, 140 and 2. 9 rushes, 74 yards and 1. Tail of the tape. I thought this was really interesting. First downs. Ramapo, 16. Northern Highlands, 16.
Yeah.
Rushing yards. Ramapo, 41 carries, 174 yards. Northern Highlands, 44 carries, 185 yards. Pass plays. Ramapo had a slight edge. 9 of 13 for $140. Highlands, 7 of 16 for 84. Turnovers. Ramapo, none. Guess how many Northern Highlands had? None. Penalties. Ramapo, 3 for 35. Northern Highlands, 3 for 25. It was so much fun to call. The game was really good.
Good football, though, Mike. A lot of long drives in the game.
Yep.
You love what Casey Grusser stands for because he might not throw it 60 yards like Talaferri, but you see him taking all those underneath routes. He makes the great decision plays. You could tell he's just a Grusser, man. He knows how to run a drive. He knows how to get into a huddle, set the tone, and look at all those long drives for both these teams. And listen, I mean, will they meet again? I mean, I think so. You know what I mean?
We'll talk about it with Cooper in a second.
Very good chance.
So Saturday mornings, I always come down, and Vin, what do I say?
Good morning, Jackie.
Wow, there we go. No. She goes, you're going downstairs to do what? I'm going downstairs to see what Livingston did against Montclair. 49-39. Hit it, Vin. First quarter. Abel was more than. Abel, Paul, we told you in the open. Watch this. First quarter, whatever. 80 yards with that 10-9 speed into 100. No problem. Then he'd score on a 2-yarder. And then the second quarter comes, and the track star says, let me get a little creative. I'm going to put the ball on the ground. I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to go 85 yards.
His runs sound like my biology grades at St. Joe's sophomore year. 80, 85, doing great. Here, 75, 65, trending in the wrong direction.
Well, here's the other big one in the second quarter. This one, 75 yards. He's got great vision, obviously breakaway speed. So the ones we've showed already, 80, 85, 75. So give him some time at the break, catch his breath. We showed this one in the open. This is explosive. This is balanced. This is the type of clip that gets you a college Division I scholarship.
I mean, it was Hall of Fame night. It was senior night. Imagine the casual fan coming back to see the game and like, woo-wee, things have changed since I was here.
I love the cut at the end. And just pop it up there, Vin. His stats, please. There you go. So look at this. So I'm not going to lie. I read about him, really didn't do a lot of investigating. Then you see that, it's like, all right, what has this cat done this year? Everything? It's unbelievable.
I mean, credit to Barringer and East Orange there. I mean, EO, the only one to hold them under 100. Look at the total for the year, Mike, 1914. So that meant he came into the night needing 608 yards to go over 2,000. He nearly got there with 522. 522. That's 1,566 feet of rushing.
It's incredible. You want another big... Is that right?
Of course it is. It's 350 a yard.
What else made me go crazy, Vin? Is that really real?
It's 522 times 3. I'm going with 1566.
You just took me off guard there. Wayne Valley, big performance by Danny Ferrillo. Hit it, Vin. Not as big as Mr. Paul's, but we still wanted to show it. 42-20 against Ridgewood. First quarter, 19 yards to Jaden Cabrales. 7-0. Beautiful field there at Wayne Valley. Third quarter, Danny Boy, 34 yards to Ty Cummings. Makes it 28-7. Cummings do most of that on his own. Look at that cut back
Danny
there.
can really rip it. Roxbury had the double F Express. And Jukin Josiah. Well, watch Danny Boy, Mike. Just had a great year throwing the football.
It's a great rip to Kyle Crystal, 42-20. Danny, 19 of 25, 364 and 4. Roxbury Morristown was supposed to be just, hey, whatever. But it wasn't. This thing came down to the wire. Let's pick it up in the fourth quarter. Frankie Falco going to give the Gales of Roxbury a 20-17 lead. And now they're finally like, okay, we're good. But the Colonials, who came in with just 2 wins on the season, would not go away. Josiah Brown from Weston Elms. Elms was great. 3 touchdowns. The Colonials up 23-20. This is a huge play, huge upset in the making, but 37 seconds left. Falco, 37 yards to Josh Mancino. Look at Big Josh. Get out of my way.
That's man-child Mancino to you, Mike.
So 37 seconds left, and then moments later, Big Josh with the game-sealing interception. 27-23. Roxbury wins the championship. So I told you I was over at Northern Highlands. And, everything I do in my life revolves around you. I want to check everything you say, everything you do. You have these fog shows at Paramus Catholic. You better go to Northern Highlands. Vin, hit it. Okay, because this is how you do a fog show. Okay, this is moments after the team runs out on the field, and it was look at the clouds.
Yeah.
Next picture, that.
Oh, they're adding a little light to the fog.
This is what I did because you need light. Yours is just look at that. You're boring white fog. You got to incorporate some of this in.
Let's just say they might have the budget at Highlands to buy an extra expensive fog machine somewhere over there. I lived the life of a Highlander for 1 year.
Del Barton was upset they got embarrassed against Bergen Catholic. They took it out on DePaul. Matt TeFury was unreal.
Yeah. This guy's going to Army to play baseball.
No, hit it, Finn.
I did my last season. We had this great game plan figured out, right?
Look,
TeFury
off to the races. He's done it again. Third touchdown of the afternoon. It's all Del Barton in Morristown.
When the game is on the line, you need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. See how today at KearneyBank.com.
Jets fans, clear the runway. Justin Fields and the New York Jets are taking on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m.
Under pressure, he'll be sacked.
Be there at MetLife Stadium to experience the action and energy of Jets game day.
Justin Fields all the way to the end zone.
Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets.
Welcome. Come on in.
Looking for mental health services for you or your loved ones? We have a signature way to pair you up with a therapist that meets your specific needs. At the Lucan Center, we are driven by science and led by compassion.
Thank you.
Experience the Lucan difference at any of our 7 locations in northern Jersey. Log on to lucancenter.com or call us at 201-409-0393. At Lucan Center, get Lucan centered today.
Martin, pocket collapsing, and he's going to be picked off, and there's a clear path to the end zone for a touchdown for Don Bosco Prep. Amari McNeil with the house call, his second interception of the season.
On the call for the Super Football Conference Network. We'll get to that game in just a second. DePaul, Del Barton. Eddie Kalegi texts me during the Bergen Catholic St. Joe's game, start of the fourth quarter. He writes, 22-0 Del Barton. I hold my phone up to you and go, wow. I text him back, is Zamet playing? He goes, yes. I go, wow again. Here we go. Here's the reason that Del Barton won this football game. Hit it, Vin.
Your receiver's right.
First quarter, Gavin Gallardi, the sophomore quarterback. Vin. Wrong highlights there, partner. There you go.
Your receiver's right.
What are we doing here, Vin? Talk to me, brother.
Amari McNeil with the house call.
Pros, all right, come back on camera. Figure it out. Okay, so we're not going to be able to show those highlights? That's not a highlight. That looks like Stanford University. You tell me when you're ready. All right, so in that game, Del Barton went on. They won big. Tafuri was unbelievable. 220 total yards on 14 touches, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. The fake punt as the up back coming out of the fake punt. Do we have it, Vin, or no? Nope. Okay, we're moving on.
He looked annoyed on the field after the Bergen Catholic game.
Yep.
I think that fire was burning all week after that loss.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have the Paramus Catholic Bosco highlights? No, we don't. Okay, we're going to go to break. Okay, let's take a break. Come back. Fix it during the break. We'll be right back.
When the game is on the line, you need a team that knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Here we go. We're back?
Oh, we're back.
We're back on?
There is Tafuri, Mike.
Okay. Give me
Matty
some music
Tafuri. The Army bounder for baseball. The guy was just annoyed after the Bergen Catholic lost Mike, and he took it out onto Paul.
Sure did. Gavin Gallardi, he's had a really good year. Some good moments, a little down. He's just a sophomore. There to Gerard Yo, 14-0. This is the one I was talking about when we were having some technical difficulties. I love the play call. He had that big 70-yard, middle screen against Bergen. Just a really good football player.
And give the punter the Academy Award, the Annie Award, because he dove like it went past him. Would the real DePaul show up? DePaul, who beat St. Peter's a week ago. Boy, this was not the follow-up performance we expected. And look at Tafuri, Mike, running with some emotion, with some passion, and with a sense of purpose. All Del Barton in this one.
More importantly, running away for the second week in a row against a team that's very athletic.
Yeah, you think he steals a couple bases for Army baseball?
Paramus Catholic, they couldn't score. You had a chance.
We have technical difficulties. We don't have it.
Here we go. All right, so Bosco, Isaiah Alvarez, the end around. This is in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was, listen, Mike, it was 7-0 first half. Paramus Catholic was in position. Unlucky here. Looks like we have a touchdown pass, but give Bosco's D-back credit. Rips it out of our receiver's hands. So Bosco will get the ball with 7-0 at the half. Missed opportunities. And Mike, what do great teams do like Don Bosco? They make you pay for missed opportunities. And the second half, their defense rose up. Their offense came to life. And they made Paramus Catholic pay for not taking advantage of Don Bosco not coming out like the number one team in the first half. And Don Bosco had no trouble offensively, defensively in the second half. And all of a sudden, from 7-0 at the half, 28-0 in the final, Don Bosco still undefeated, still number one in the state.
And there's only 6 left in this conference. Hit it, Vin. So the unbeaten 6 remain. Don Bosco, little music, please. 28-0. Old Tapan, 41. Back to Old Tapan, please. 41-3 over Pascack Valley. 350 total yards. Fourth time the defense put in 7, held them to 7 points or less this year. They'll take on Riverdale in the North 1 Group 3 playoffs. They're the top seed. Westmore is the top seed in North 2 Group 3. They're going to take on Snyder tomorrow, 16-13. We told you about that. Hanover Park, they're the number 3 seed in North 2 Group 2. They'll take on Beckton. This is a loaded 3-team unbeaten conference. Quarterback Jack Kovacs, 230 total yards and 3 touchdowns in the victory against
Hanover Park. My goodness, they're on the brink of going 10-0.
America's team, the Red Wings of Hoboken, they improved to 9-0, 33-7 over Pascack Hills. Somehow they're the 5 seed in North 2.
Somehow they're on the taxi squad at 9-0. What do the Red Wings got to do? I mean, come on. Can we get them a ride into a limo from the taxi?
They go on the road Saturday at Rutherford, and I will be shaking my Red Wing pump up.
Yeah, it's like the poll guys. They've been waiting all year for this Rutherford game so they could go, see, that's why we had them on the taxi squad.
And Fort Lee.
Don't bank on it.
Jim, do you know when the George Washington Bridge was built?
I do not.
1931.
Wow.
You know when Fort Lee, before this year, had 8 wins in a football season?
Never.
1932, they were taking kids from New York. Here's the highlights of the Ivy League Championship. The first 9-win season in school history. They come out shooting it right away. Luke Centaur to Jacob Greenberg. Point after no good. Be an issue all night for both teams. Back home to Scarlet. Francisco then determined, unbelievable. This cat can play.
Watch the stiff arm coming up. Lethal combination, feet, strength. He was a handful all night. Oh, come on, run it to the end zone, though.
Tied at 13 at the half. We pick it up at the 3rd. Then, perfect pitch to Christian Izquierdo. The point after no good. Look at this throw. 19-13.
Ball game. Here we go.
Fort Lee, the Bridgeman. Luke to Greenberg. Watch this throw with a guy under his arm. Somehow throws it 35 yards in the air for a big gain. And that would set up the quarterback's second rushing touchdown of the game. The point after good, 20-19.
I mean, what else are you going to do on a Wednesday night in North Bergen? We go see a great championship football game like this. This was fantastic.
Fourth quarter, here comes the Scarlet, but pressure from that Fort Lee defense. Guess who's camped out in the end zone? Senator Luke. Should have stayed in the end zone, Luke. Should have brought it out.
Mike, by the way, where's CJ Senator?
Here he comes.
Come on now.
I'm saying in the broadcast, Durst, where is he? Put him in the game.
It's like a secret weapon.
And here he comes. 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Look at this bounce out. I said on the broadcast last night.
Should have had him tackled at the 2.
They didn't need to score here. They needed to flip the field. He flipped the field on the first play, got away. Ridgefield Park did with a horse collar. That's the beginning of the drive. Here he ends the drive. Never touched the ball until the fourth quarter. Had 81 yards in the final 12 minutes. Look at this bounce out here.
He's got the great get out, too. He gets out of dodge once he turns the corner. Looks like guy's got a line on him. Next thing you know, he's running away from you. CJ Power, baby, in this one.
27-19. But back comes Ridgefield Park. 3:35 left. Then to Kevin Velasquez. He gets into the end zone. Great play call there by the Scarlet. And that sets up this. They need 2 to go to overtime. And watch Greenberg off the backside. And then he gets help from his buddies coming up as Fort Lee goes to 9-0. The most wins in school history. And pull that camera out there, Mr. Mike. Because look who has joined us. The head coach for the Bridgemen of Fort Lee, Mike Gerst. How are you, buddy?
Doing terrific. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That's you didn't seem that quiet at the end of the game last night.
Yeah.
Whoa, lunatic.
Might have lost the voice in the last 24 hours.
What in the world happened at the end of that? First of all, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. What in the world happened in the final minute and 5 seconds of that game last night?
Football's a crazy game sometimes. So, it's just one of those things. You get caught up in the moment sometimes, got a little bit excited, a couple of words exchanged back and forth, and naturally myself and one of the officials were having some words after the horse collar on CJ that we thought
you were right.
By the way, don't let him bait you into having to explain yourself. I mean, it's an emotional night, and listen, you are, you came in there to put your stamp, your identity on this program. You've done an unbelievable job in 2 years, undefeated this year. We've gone through the history. But hey, listen, I mean, it all boils down to a Wednesday night in North Bergen. As a coach, you're kind of new at this. First time you're a head coach. And, you hope your kids respond. And, boy, the Bridgemen responded for the Fort Lee football nation last night.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of these guys. In these 2 years, I mean, a lot of them are right here over there in the back. And enjoying this.
Feed those guys.
Exactly. Especially that guy
Cyrus,
right there, Big Will.
Of course, you put Cyrus right in the back. You can't see anybody.
That's all right, Cyrus.
And just for these 2 years, these guys have given our staff and their town everything. And really, it just was all out in display on Wednesday night. And anybody who was there in North Bergen, they got a treat for a football game.
Mike, I love how you had the entire school and all of Fort Lee embrace it, because I got there at 4:03, and I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I see a police motorcade coming. And I'm like, what is this? It's like, who's coming through? And then I see 2 yellow school buses that say Fort Lee on it. And behind that are 2 fire engines and another police car. You guys went all out. This meant a lot to the school, to the community. And then you take that 2.7-mile drive home down Palisades, back to school, sirens, horns, everything. It was a show last night.
It was surreal. And it just goes to show something like that, how much pride there is in Fort Lee and how much people care in the community about the success of these boys, and we're just so grateful for that. And it was a special night the other night.
You're a Crusader too, man. I mean, you got all these Crusaders on the staff. You played for Nunzio Campanelli, you and your brother, the Burst brothers. I mean, I just know the common denominator, knowing Nunzio as long as I have and preparing to do games that you played in, your brother played in. And the common denominator with Nunzio is he would always say, this guy just loves to play football. This guy just loves to play football. And, how much of your passion was important to bring to this program a year ago when Mr. Raftery hired you?
I just really feel it was something from the get-go. First, I got to thank the coaching staff and the guys that, like you said, brought with me. We got a lot of Bergen guys on the staff, but I got to shout out the guy at Fort Lee on our staff, Tommy Iannacone. He's right over there. He's our eye in the sky over there.
Attaboy, Tommy.
And I just feel like that combination of some guys that I'm lucky to call friends that I played with at Bergen for Nunzio, that understood the intensity that it takes to develop that winning culture was something that was so important for us to instill in these young men. And then again, just the way they responded to us from the day that we walked in there. I mean, we didn't miss a lift from the 2 years that we were there, 3 days a week. And that was something that Nunzio always stressed from the time that we were having 6 a.m. lifts. Is it starts in the weight room, and it starts with the conditioning, and just that intensity that you have to bring in order to have a winning culture is just something that I feel like we're continuing to develop over at Fort Lee.
Fort Lee coach Mike Gerst, who's Bridgemen won their Ivy League championship last year. First time they win 9 games in a season. And are you into movies? Do you like movies?
Oh, absolutely.
Your favorite movie is Dodgeball?
It's up there.
It better be.
That's for sure.
You know why I'm asking you
Why
that?
is that?
Because if it's not for Dodgeball, you don't have Luke Senator.
No doubt about it.
Tell that story, because that is an unbelievable story.
I feel like we should call up the man himself.
Get up here, Luke.
Get up here, Luke.
Get up here.
This is,
Yeah, there he goes. I'll tell you what, you're bigger in person than you are in uniform. Yeah, when I gave you a shake before, I was like, wow, this dude's pretty put together. All right, so you're in a junior police athletic league in 8th grade, and you're just pounding the hell out of people with a dodgeball? So what happens?
Yeah, so the coach Turner was currently the coach there for the previous team.
And he was a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop.
Yep.
And I was whipping the balls at kids. He was like, hey, you got a good arm. You ever think about playing football? And I was like, no, but then I considered it. Yeah, let's go.
So if you're not there playing dodgeball that day, is there a chance you never play quarterback at Fort Lee High School?
Yeah, I don't think I'll pick quarterback. I think I'll come to the school, maybe try for football.
Yeah.
But I don't know about quarterback.
You really like baseball more than football?
Yeah, I do.
You think your brother could play college football? He's only a junior.
Yeah, I do.
He's good.
Yeah, he is.
Why'd you wait so long to get him involved in the game last night?
For a closer, right?
Yeah, we needed a secret weapon.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you think about kneeling the ball when you had the interception? You were thinking probably I got to score here, right?
To be honest, everything was going on.
Yeah.
I was just caught up in the moment. I looked down the field, I saw grass, and then people came.
Yeah, it was just listen. It was a theatrical night. I thought your quote was fantastic after the game. Instead of being history, you are history.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about let's face it, that Curse is going to make a T-shirt out of that. Okay, but it's like instead of being history, you are history. What do you mean by that?
I meant instead of just being another Fort Lee team, we're the team that went 9-0, the first ones to ever do it.
Yeah,
this is an important thing you get to remember and look down when you're older.
When's baseball practice start?
Oh. Workouts start in a month in the morning.
You get upset if somebody steals on you?
Yeah, but they don't.
They don't? Really?
They don't.
How many guys have you thrown out?
Last season, probably 30.
How many guys tried to steal on you?
35.
Really? What colleges are looking at you for baseball?
Currently, I got some offers, but nothing that I wanted to go to yet.
Okay. All right. Did you hear what your head coach is going to be doing on Saturday? We have a big announcement.
Yeah, he told me.
What's he doing?
He said he was going to go announce one of the Bergen games.
Yeah.
So with Jimmy and...
Really? Because I thought you were going to say he's going to be at the national 8th grade dodgeball tournament.
He's looking for his next quarterback. First, Coach, you're living the high life now, right?
Slide up here.
And now you've already started... You blew my mind when we called you this afternoon. You have already started preparing for Seton Hall Bergen Catholic?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, now that our season's over, we're one of the first in the state to be done. The work and no rest for the wicked. So as soon as you said we got a game on Saturday, we got to start watching the tape. Got to see what some of the tendencies are, some of the players, some of the matchups.
You can't root now. You can't root like Jimmy did in the St. Joe's Bergen game.
I'll be unbiased.
Really.
I won't be.
Because continuing the brothers theme here, at some point in that game, I might bring up your brother. You know what I mean? Because if you look at the Bergen Catholic all-time scoring leaders, he's on that list.
The burst. That's
you know what I mean? It's that's
give a little call. Do the burst, Jimmy.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We got but listen. I think there's something special about this brother thing out there. I know winning it with your friends was awesome, but being out there with your brother, what was that's for you.
That should be. Being out there with my brother is very good because it's something you get to share and something you guys get to hold on for the rest of your life. We can look back when we're older, back at any holidays when we're with the family. Remember back when we were in high school?
I suggest you play this game on Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and Christmas. Right in the living room. Just loop it.
Luke Senator, quarterback, defensive back, Mr. Everything for Fort Lee High School. Coach Mike Gerst, 9-0, the Bridgemen. Get a shot of those highwaymen.
I'll see you Saturday, Coach.
Look forward to it. Congratulations to Fort Lee. Let's go to break on the Fort Lee, guys. Vince.
Nice shot, fellas.
Way to go, guys. Awesome.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
Beautiful stuff.
Located in Ordell, New Jersey. Learn about the Bergen Catholic difference at our upcoming open house on Wednesday, November 5th at 6:30 p.m. Here are students, parents, coaches, and administrative team describe our commitment to academic excellence, top-rated college placements, and our crusade to help young men become the best version of themselves. As a school community, Bergen Catholic celebrates our faith, underscores what it means to be a gentleman, and explores ways to lead in an ever-changing world. At Bergen Catholic, we are Catholic gentlemen and leaders. A few spots remain for our next open house on November 5th, so register today at bergencatholic.org.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
When the game is on the line, you need a team that knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Welcome. Come on in.
Looking for mental health services for you or your loved ones? We have a signature way to pair you up with a therapist that meets your specific needs. At the Lucan Center, we are driven by science and led by compassion.
Thank you.
Experience the Lucan difference at any of our 7 locations in northern Jersey. Log on to lucancenter.com or call us at 201-409-0393. At Lucan Center, get Lucan centered today.
No huddle. Cherno St. Paul lined up at the bottom of your screen. Snaps to Fitzsimmons. Fakes it to Rappaport. Fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Wayne Hills.
Buddies from Wayne Hills TV, what a great job all year. We appreciate Jimmy Hoogs and everybody getting us those highlights. They roll over Milborn 42-7. Fitzsimmons and Wolf 4 touchdown passes. That dual quarterback thing. They're the 2 seed in North 1 Group 3. They'll entertain 6-3 Sparta. Before we get to Darren Cooper, we have a big lunch tomorrow over there. Where are we going to lunch in Wayne tomorrow?
We're going to the Sunrise Bagel Shop. Which is the preference of the old ball coach coming back into town. Jim Hoogstreet might be miking up another coach for this game because Chris Olsen, the man, the legend, is coming back to talk to the Patriots before the big playoff run.
Yeah, we have a 2:30 lunch, and when I said, why don't we go to Maggie's? He goes, no, why don't we go to the place where we would always eat those roast beef sandwiches before those big wins? There's always, I told Jackie this story last night. She goes, how about this? Jackie goes, are you going to get a roast beef sandwich? I'm like, oh my God, because she loves that story, because in one of their state championships, we didn't get a chance to meet because of a snowstorm. Greg was then an All-American tight end at Miami. He was coming home for the game. Chris told Greg, you got to stop at the deli, bring Mike a roast beef sandwich. He comes down the ramp at the old Giant Stadium and hands me a roast beef sandwich on the sideline. My dad said, here, take this, Mike. It's good luck.
Exactly.
And they won.
Yeah.
They won.
I don't think Greg would bring that to you now.
There we go. All right, Coop. So let's get through the top 11.
First and foremost, you're not even going to say anything about the jersey.
Well, I thought, because last week I said something about LSU, I figured you would.
Why? Did something happen with LSU that I need to know?
I told you it was going to happen. You should be happy.
Something happened?
The guy's a fraud.
The governor's not involved or anything. It's not like a banana republic or anything where I grew up.
Why are you upset?
No.
You're upset that Brian Kelly was let go?
No, I'm upset that the governor's involved and it's a total cluster of
Imagine the governor telling me as the athletic director I couldn't fire the next coach. Oh man! But that Kings jersey, that's nice.
All right, Vin, let's run through the top 11 in taxi real fast with Coop. Coop, do you have any issues? The only team that they took off this week was Dumont, your team.
I am curious to see. I think Passaic Tech might hang around for a while just because Group 5 is a little soft at the top.
So you think they'll beat Morristown?
2-7 Morristown? I think so.
Yeah. Morristown. Listen, Morristown gave Roxbury a game. Be careful.
Don't sleep on PCTI. Matt Demarest is a November kind of coach.
Coop, Hoboken, America's team, the 5 seed. What do you think?
There are 3 undefeated teams in that North 2 Group 2 section. They've got a tough matchup with Rutherford in the first round. Rutherford can throw the ball around a little bit, but Hoboken, yes, Mike, America's team.
Vin, hit it. Number 11, West Milford, the 4 seed in North 1 Group 3. Pop that up there, Vin. Number 10, Hanover Park, the 3 seed in North 2 Group 2. If I'm going through these, Coops, stop me when you think there could be an upset.
West Milford's in trouble with Montville. No, shouldn't say in trouble, but going to have their hands full with Montville tomorrow night.
Number 9, Westwood, the 1 seed in North 1 Group 2 against Newton. They beat Riverdale to end the regular season. Steve Klein has got to be the public school player of the year. 11 carries, 225 and 5 for the Boston College-bound two-way star. Any trouble with Newton? No way, right?
No, should not happen.
East Orange, the 3 seed, North 1 Group 5. They beat Bloomfield during the regular season by 4 touchdowns. Can Bloomfield tighten up the game?
I like what Jimmy said a couple weeks ago. This has stuck with me. The East Orange, West Orange game. What'd you call it, Jimmy? You remember?
Inevitable showdown.
The Orange Bowl.
Oh, the Orange Bowl. Yeah, it's coming back.
I think that's where.
What did they lose? 14-13 to West Orange?
Yeah.
They want them again.
They do.
Shabazz at number 7, the 1 seed in North 2 Group 2. No problems with Lyndhurst, right?
The toughest section in the North of the 10 because of the way we didn't snake. Remember I explained that to you a couple weeks ago, Mike?
Yeah. Shabazz, Berners, Hanover Park, Hoboken. Yeah,
Rutherford, yeah.
At number 6, West Orange, the 1 seed in North 1 Group 5. Any trouble with Passaic?
Well, Passaic great job they've done over there. Justin Griffith's a great running back, but probably too many weapons for the Mountaineers.
I wouldn't want to be Nutley. Mount Olive, North 1 Group 4, the 3 seed, upset, obviously, about the loss to West Morris, the number 4 team in this week's poll. So Olive goes down 1. West Morris is going to come up 1. They're the 1 seed in North 2 Group 3.
Come on, let's just get to it. The state semi versus
at number
Old
3, Northern Highlands, the 2 seed, North 1 Group 4, Morris Knolls. Any trouble?
No. We're going to have a great North Group 4 semifinals next weekend.
Ramapo, they're the 1 seed, North 1 Group 4. They rolled over Hackensack a couple weeks ago by 5 touchdowns. And Old Japan, the 1 seed in North 1 Group 3 against Riverdale. They beat them by 4 touchdowns early in the season. All right, Coop.
Yeah.
You live this stuff. You do this stuff every day. What is the toughest bracket out there right now in North 1 or North 2?
It's still North 1. We've talked about it for weeks. It's still North 1 Group 4.
Put that up, Vin.
We're going to have those 4 teams, Mount Olive, and Wayne Valley still got some punching power.
No
you
doubt.
know what I mean?
No doubt.
And Highlands and Ramapo are sitting there, too. So that's the toughest bracket by far to me.
Do you see any lower seeds winning in the first round?
I think Knowles might give Highlands a little trouble with just their ability maybe to milk the clock some. Okay. So I think it might be a close game. I still think Highlands prevailing, but I do think chalk in the first round.
Okay, I have not told Jimmy we're going to do this. Pop it back on, Vin. Here we go. All right, so non-publics are seeded by what? Coaches and athletic
committee,
directors, right?
yes.
Yeah. Committee.
No PowerPoints.
Who's on the committee?
It's a secret.
It's a secret? Okay.
Did they ever disclose that?
No, because somebody used to ask them to do that all the time and they wouldn't do it.
Really?
Well, you know what honestly happened? Our man Richie Hansen was on the committee. And this guy used to write stories and say it wasn't fair that Richie Hansen was on the committee because he could, cherry pick his opponent.
Is that you who wrote it?
A guy who wears a hockey jersey. That's all I'm saying.
And it wasn't Mark Messier.
So the next thing I know, then it's not really a secret. But it's representatives from each league. They sit in the room and they talk on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. to see the.
Vin, do you have any dramatic music here?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dramatic. All right. We're going to do this. Here's the first question.
All right.
Tomorrow night, if Don Bosco wins a close game, seed the 8 in non-public A.
Peters is still 2, but I love where you're going. It's Bosco 1, Peters 2, Joe's 3, Bergen 4. Then it's St. Joe's Metuchen 5. We have to see what happens with Del Barton, what they do this week, and then because there could be some wiggle room between there and St. Augustine, and then Senal Prep unfortunately is the 8.
Jimmy,
but that's if the game is close.
And what do you say close? 10 or less?
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, but just think about the continental.
Jimmy, hold on.
Okay.
You, same question. 10 or less. Seed the A's.
No, I'm going with the same thing. But I mean, there's a continental divide between 4 and 5 because we were at Bergen Catholic 2 weeks ago when they actually walked through Del Barton.
If St. Peter's Prep, if they lose the game by 8 or more points, I go Bosco, Joe's, because they missed 2 games this year. I'm not into St. Peter's Prep schedule, even though they beat Joe's on that 2-point play late in the game. Bergen Catholic, so we're unanimous. Bergen at 4. I agree with you. St. Joe's Metuchen. If Del Barton beats Paramus Catholic, they go 6. St. A 7. Seton Hall. Now.
You're going to no Nate Bailey in the St. Peter's game theory, right?
Now. St. Peter's Prep gets blown out.
Then I agree with your theory.
Jimmy brought up the magical thing. Nate Bailey did not play in that.
Correct, because you could play the card. St. Joe's can play the card. We didn't have Bailey. We didn't have Best.
But Darren,
we got beat by a point.
Darren,
okay.
I made this point earlier. This year, it matters very little.
I hear you.
Because of the 4 teams that are at the top, they've all proven they can play with each other. It's going to come right down to the wire. It's not like last year, okay, where you got St. Augustine.
If only there was an AD here from a non-public school, we could ask this question too. Oh, wait, there is one. What is a more hospitable environment to go to? St. Joe's of Montvale or cold Jersey City, no locker room for your visiting team?
Okay, but here's the question.
That's a good point. I agree with you there.
If it's a Friday night, If it's a Friday night, I'd rather go to St. You can't go to St. Joe's on a Friday night. I don't want to go to Caven Point on a Friday night. If it's Saturday, Caven Point's just another place.
But I think Augie,
it's just another place.
I think Augie is aware that we probably wouldn't really like to go to Caven Point on a Friday night.
All right, so here comes the curveball.
It's a good point.
Here comes the curveball. All
right, hit me.
If St. Peter's Prep wins.
Oh, well, they're number one.
Well, I know that.
They're one.
Now go.
Then it follows real nicely, though, because Bosco's got the win over Joe's. Joe's has the win over Bergen. So then Bosco's the 2. The worst Bosco can be is the 2.
Right. Can St. Peter's Prep beat Don Bosco?
Sure, because if they can get a couple of turnovers and Peters can score, get out to a lead and maybe force Bosco to get away from DeLuca and maybe force on the pass.
Yes,
I think they can win.
Make Shane have to score some points in that game.
Correct. Or throw 250 yards. Let's see.
Make them score because St. Peter's can score.
Terray's they're going to try to run the ball with Terray. It's going to be hard. Bosco's defense has been so good. They've been the best unit in North.
I said earlier, Bosco's specialty teams are the best. I can't see St. Peter's winning a game where specialty teams are. St. Peter's special teams are better than they've been. They ain't Don Bosco. All right, in the publics.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about B? We don't want to talk about B?
Because it's going to be biased. And we can't.
I'm not biased.
No, all right.
I'm not biased.
B is
hard to pick, though.
Is Paramus Catholic?
They have to be the 2.
Even if they lose.
They can be the 2.
You know what?
They can be the 2 at 3 and 7 if they lose to Del Barton on Saturday.
It'll be a conversation in the room.
They have
about
the
that.
elephant in the room victory against Red Bank Catholic.
I know.
So that's always going to weigh heavily.
You know what I think they do? If they lose badly to Del Barton, I think they make them the 6. Because then they just kind of slot them. Well, you're going to beat Red wherever they line it up so that they face Red Bank Catholic again.
In the finals?
No, in quarterfinals.
How many teams make the B?
It's going to be 14 right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if at the last minute
some dropouts.
Hudson Catholic somebody says, no, we don't want to play DePaul. No thanks.
In the public schools,
hit me.
Somebody give me 2 teams seeded 6 or lower. Because I don't care if a 5 beats a 4, that's not an upset. If Hoboken's running the table. They give me a 6 or lower seed that I'm not saying is going to win the whole thing, but can win in the first weekend.
Woodridge can beat Hasbrook Heights. That's my first thought in North 1 Group 1. But we sit here and we talk about it. It's almost always chalk. It's so rare to see it happen.
Right.
I didn't see any. It's a great question. When I sat there to look over the upset, I kind of like Montville to beat West Milford, but that's a 5 over a 4. Yep. I don't think anybody's beaten Shabazz. I don't think anybody's beaten Westwood. Nobody.
When you do your picks for Varsity Aces tomorrow morning, right?
Posted today. It came out today. So
you had no 6 seed upsetting anybody.
And I picked my finalists too. I picked the finalists.
I haven't seen it yet. Who's in the finals?
Butler's the truth in Group 1
because what they did against Rutherford.
Shabazz, you would love him, Mike.
That's what Jimmy Avatable said.
Totally true. You would love him. Smith, good wide receiver, offensive line, plays hard. Group 2, it's still Shabazz. Group 3, it all depends. They look like maybe.
So you don't think Westwood can win?
Not over Shabazz. Well, they can beat Shabazz, but. They couldn't do it. You got to frustrate Shabazz. You got to figure out a way to frustrate them, take them out of their game a little bit. I don't know if they have the full complement of guys at Westwood to take down Shabazz. We'll see. Old Japan still the best team in 3. Boy, 4 is so much fun. 4 is so much. You got to kind of go lean with Ramapo at the start, but Mount Olive's good. Mount Olive's good. Phillipsburg is still sitting there. They're good. And then 5.
If Mount Olive plays Northern Highlands, the game will be less than 2 hours.
It will be it'll be a good football game. It'll be a really good football game.
And listen, you're going to give Coach Cord another crack at Ramapo or Mount Olive. It's going to be tight.
The thing, it's so fascinating with rematches, guys. I'd be curious to know y'all's thoughts on this. It seems to me in high school football, the team who usually wins the first round wins the rematch. And it's not so much that the losing team doesn't believe they can win. It's the team that won the first time had just such confidence. They have so much confidence that they're going to triumph the second time around, and that carries them forward.
Congrats, boys! Thank you for coming. The 9-0 Ivy League champs. Look at Big Wilkins, man. How much did he eat tonight? Holy cow! Look at these guys. Look at CJ.
And
he's like, my team next year.
I was at that game too last night, Mike.
That was a fun game.
I don't know what more you would want out of a football game.
It was a great game.
Than two competitive teams playing balls out to the wall 100%. On every play. I kind of thought they reminded me of it was like a really good Group 2 game.
It's been a great addition.
It just and because it was competitive, a lot of speed. Both teams were well coached.
Kevin Velasquez, #1 on Ridgefield Park. Oh my God, could he run?
Again, the quarterback too, man. He could play too.
He's terrific.
So I couldn't believe how up tempo Gersh guys were, how well coached they were. It was a fun football game.
It was great.
People who don't like the Ivy League, I'm like, you should pay attention. It's good football.
Plus the format of the regular season ending for everybody, and all of a sudden they're in a full tilt championship game, just like that. You know what I mean?
Coop, where are you going Friday? Tomorrow?
I am going to Pagoda, New Milford. I'm going to go to a Bergen County game. Pagoda, New Milford.
Where are you going Saturday?
I am going to stay home.
Really?
Because I had to work Wednesday. So that was my 2 games for the week.
I thought LSU was playing something.
I am very curious. The most interesting game to me is the DePaul game. The DePaul game is fascinating.
What DePaul team's going to show up?
It's absolutely fascinating. I was like you. I was getting text on the sidelines Saturday and I almost it's 22-0 Del Barton.
Yeah,
it's not
I thought it was a typo.
I thought it was in reverse too.
And then the next text was Zaman not playing? No, he's playing.
When I was at the Rutherford game, Frankie Moreno was down there on the field supporting Rutherford to go to spring. Yeah. And I talked to him about Del Barton, and he looked at me and said, "They're a lot better than you think." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But then later on, when I think I was talking to somebody else, maybe it was even Tony Carson. He was like, "We really thought DePaul would win." So I mean, you never know.
Listen, we had Del Barton, and they were 3-3, and we talk about the victory they had over Monsignor Farrell. They were going in the right direction. Yeah. They caught Bergen Catholic on the wrong day, and Bergen Catholic celebrated against them. And then a week later, a Coach Bowers kind of team rebounded emphatically.
We were saying before, I was talking about rematches. Remember what happened in the Del Barton-DePaul game last year with Fulmar and the Hail Mary pass at the end.
51 or something?
Yeah, right. So that was my favorite game of the year last year to cover. So I wonder if that carried over some for Del Barton. It's DePaul. We can beat these guys. We beat them last year.
We got to get Mr. Paul on this show in a second. Vin, what's up? Vin?
What's up, guys? So, listen, we still got 1 segment left. Everybody stay tuned. We still got Player of the Week, Coach of the Week, Team of the Week, and we're going to be talking about what Mr. Jimmy Cavallo has been thinking about after this break. We'll be back.
You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
We are a community of over 10,000 strong. We are thinkers, leaders, and volunteers. We are athletes, performers, and all Green Knights. We are a brotherhood and a family. We are the Vir Fidelis, the faithful man. We are St. Joe's. Join us at our fall open house on November 4th. Register today at sjrnj.org and experience what it means to think, lead, and serve as one of the Green Knights.
When the game is on the line, you need a team to know strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. Learn more today at kearneybank.com.
Welcome back. How'd you think Vin did going to break?
Solid. Yeah, solid. I thought maybe a little bit of a slow start, but then he picked it up as he went along. And
how'd you feel, Vin?
You've been working well.
Felt great. It felt great. That didn't feel great, but the bump out felt great.
Really? Like, how long did you work on that for?
When you told me that I was the one that was going to break, that's all I had on my mind the whole time. I'm like, what am I going to say? And I was just like, you know what? Let's just be honest. Player of the week, coach of the week, team of the week, and then we're going to talk about what Mr. Cavallo has been thinking about.
All right, Vince, so let's go to player of the week then.
Gotcha.
Here we go. And here he is. Oh my God. 27 carries, 522. I'm going to put it on the carpet and pick it up for one of my 7 scores. 10-9 with 100. I mean, it's almost unfair. He's just south of 2,000 yards on the season. Jim, listen, Montclair has struggled this year. They came to play on this game. Look at some of the blocks he got. This is the run, I said it before, that will get him a Division I college scholarship. Because when you can run and have 10-9 speed and have balance, and I love that, that will get you a college scholarship. And look who we slowed down just enough. Mr. Paul from Livingston High School, the junior. How are you, buddy?
Player of the week, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
So you go to bed the night before the game, right? And every player envisions what's going to be the next game, right? What were you envisioning?
I mean, I just, I go out there and do whatever I can to help the team win. I don't really, think I'm going to have such a crazy game. I just go out there and compete, and, it ends up being what it is, and that night was some night to remember.
Are you a baseball fan at all? I know you're a track guy, but are you a baseball fan?
Nah.
You ever hear about, like in baseball, if somebody's got a no-hitter or a perfect game going, you never talk to them about it? Where your buddy's saying, hey, like, you're over 300, you're over 400. Was it a quest to get you over 500 when the game was still close?
I mean, every time I come off the field on the sideline, everyone's coming up to me like, yo, they're talking about fantasy points. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going around sideline up and down. I'm just, getting my boys hype, getting my team hype, and it's just, I mean, yeah, they tell me about how you're so good, you're him, but I just try and do everything I can.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the most important thing, you guys have now won 4 straight games. You're heading into the playoffs, and
hey, Jim, listen, first time since 2008, Livingston's hosting a home playoff.
Yeah, I mean,
game.
Yeah, because I mean, I think they were 4-5 last year.
Yeah,
right?
4-5.
But the funny part about running for 522 yards and all 7 touchdowns for your team in the game, by the way, is 30 years from now, nobody will believe you. I mean, you'll be sitting with your friends somewhere watching football, doing things. You go, yeah, you have any big game? They'll say, yo, Ab, do you ever? Yeah, I ran for 520. Get 522. Come on now. But I mean, so it's like the number is pretty staggering. I mean, because 522. Let's face it. When you put it into context, Mike and Mr. Paul, it's like that's like a total yardage exclamation for a team in a game. Like, oh my God, they went for 522 total yards. That's your rushing. I mean, that must have felt like a kind of like a little surreal that you were going on that many long runs in the game and compiling all these yards.
I mean, I didn't even know I ran for that many yards until I was at an after party, and I had got a call from Coach Fish, our offensive coordinator. And our record was just, we went in that week not thinking that I was going to have a crazy game at senior night. No offense to Montclair, but they were 1-7 at the time. We didn't think that, they were going to be crazy. But they came in, they gave us everything they got, and they made us work. And at the end of the game, I remember I think I had ran for we were trying to beat the school record. And it was 3:14, I think. And
beat that on your 4th carry.
And at the party, I'm like, if I get over 3:14, I'm good. I'm happy. And he calls me. He tells me I ran for 522 yards.
Oh,
and I was. It was surreal, like you said. I couldn't even believe it.
Abel, and again, I think college coaches, as far as recruiting, sometimes they have no clue. I'm going to be honest with you. So you're 5'9", 175 pounds. Doesn't matter when you run a 10-9, 100. It does not matter. So why in the world has nobody, something after this, nobody's reached out to you guys hey, can you send me some tape? Nobody after this?
I mean,
I'm guessing, I don't know this for sure, I'm guessing you were probably the only cat in high school football in the country last week to run for over 500 yards.
I think I was. I was.
Yeah. Coach, nothing?
Go ahead, tell.
I mean, there's some coaches looking at me, UMass, JMU, Maryland, but it's it's the fact that Livingston is not such a school that you would think to go out and make it to the playoffs. Like you said, we haven't had a home playoff game in 17 years, and
I'm going to call Nunzio Campanelli on the ride home at Syracuse. I'm not kidding. Jimmy knows. If I say it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call him on the way home. What are you doing? It's a legit 10-9, right?
Oh, yeah. 10-9. But
listen. The one thing about recruiting is, at the end of the day, there is a place for you in college football, and it's a process sometimes. And every recruiting success story has a different avenue of success. You know what I mean? And up to this point, a little frustrated under the radar, but this is. Trust me when I tell you, this is sort of the launching pad now. Because now it's getting out there that you're a sub-11 guy. It's getting out there that you rack up these kind of yards. Then the video goes out there, and you just see the way you move. So it's like they just stay positive.
Put those numbers up again, Vin.
There's trust me when I tell you, there is a place for you, and it will happen. And you look back on it, and you'll say, yeah, this was sort of where this was the catalyst game that it really got going. The night you ran for 1,566 feet.
Why number 88?
So there's this funny story. There was this senior my freshman year. His name was Massimo DePola, and he wore number 8. And I had his senior night. We had lost to what was it? What was the team? It was some team that we had lost to. And he was like, yo, you gotta take 8, you gotta fill in the shoes, you gotta keep this number going. And I was like, I got you. So next year, the way the numbers work, the seniors get the first pick, and I was a sophomore, and so I got the last pick, and 8 had been taken, and we saw 88, and one of our coaches, Coach Hauser, used to wear it, and he gave it to me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to rock this out for 1 year, and then I'm going to switch to 8. But then I had the career that I had the year that I had last year, and I
over
was
1,000 all-purpose yards last year. Yeah,
and I was like, let's keep it going.
Yeah, that might be the problem, though. They think you're an undersized wide receiver. I mean, how many times do you see 88 coming out of the backfield as a feature back like that?
With 10-9 speed, that might be a number you wear at the next level. Because they ain't going to line you up 7 yards behind center. All right, that's fine right now, but you're going to make money playing college football. And I can guess, just talking to you, you're a really good student, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
What's the grade point average?
3.5, 3.4.
What are we doing? I mean, my God. Like this, I'm on a mission now.
Yeah.
I am on a mission.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I am on a mission. We're going to get it done. Congratulations.
Nice.
You know who's upset?
Who?
Ridgewood.
Oh.
They want a piece of you, man. They want a piece of you bad.
I can't wait to play tomorrow. I'm just trying to go out there, continue what I do, and show everybody that like you said, you don't want to see 88 in the backfield.
No. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I appreciate you coming in. Terrible weather. You made it down here. And you're a great young man. It was great. It was great to meet you, buddy.
Abel Paul.
It really was. Abel Paul, 522 yards and 7 touchdowns. And I could tell, I said before when I was talking to you, I love guys when you're talking, they're rocking back and forth. I miss you during the national anthem. You're a big rocker, right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure.
Watching NFL sideline during the national anthem, they're all moving.
They're all moving. Going swing
Can't
back.
stop.
Only 27 carries.
Here we go. Coach of the week. Oh, there we go. Week 1 game next year, Coach. I'm on that. Oh, there we go. Week 1 game next year, Coach. I'm on that too. DeVito. There you go.
Hey, what a week for Coach Bowers, Mike. A week after they got absolutely whacked at Bergen Catholic. They were demoralized. They were down. But you know what they did? They went right back to work, and they did what Del Barton does. They responded. That was a 4-quarter victory, start to finish, to beat DePaul. They led 28-0 at one point in the game. And a victory, a bounce-back victory like that gets Brian Bowers, the great one from West Islip High School on Long Island, our coach of the week.
He's a good guy. We love him. Team of the week. Again, it was a classic.
He ain't following. He's in trouble this week, though, because the Paladins are coming to town, baby.
Team of the week, Wes Morris. Woo. Remember, this game went by in the blink of an eye. They hand Mount Olive a battle of unbeatens. They win the red division, 16-13. Give me a little video here. We didn't show highlights earlier in the show because, as far as highlights, these are the two. Deacon Frayne, the running back, 30 carries, 137 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Here's the second one, 16-13. We told you they're the top seed.
I mean,
now.
the defense, though, Mike. We said what Mount Olive was. Bobby Fazzino, 6 solo tackles, 12 tackles on the day. Sam the Bam Turner with 8 tackles and a pick, and they win that SFC Liberty White. I mean, that was a really good defensive performance by West Morris. That's why they're the number 1 seed.
I just saw Doug Phillips walk in. I don't know why he's not calling Boston College about Abel Paul. He's doing it right now. He's doing it right now.
There you go.
Look at that.
There you go.
Big shot up there at Boston College. All right, there we go. It's already happening before this show. This show makes lives. All right, what have you been thinking about?
This is it. We've reached that point.
Well, you wanted to go late.
You know, Mike, listen, man. I saved this for the end of the show. What I've been thinking about, because I went to Josie's Fall League college lacrosse game. It's my last fall league as a sports dad.
Really?
Okay, and what I was reminded by after the long journey of my 3 daughters playing travel and high school and college sports, is, man, after it was all said and done, travel sports is a journey worth taking. You knew I was going up to Delaware. You're a Delaware kind of guy. Colgate lacrosse.
Did you see my nephew?
I did not. It was Colgate versus Delaware. My youngest Josie's a senior at Colgate playing lacrosse. Fall ball versus Delaware. There's Callie Drab. You know, the daughter of the great, our buddy Mike Drab. But what this is, Mike, this is the final chapter of Josie and Callie. These two did not go to the same school growing up. They don't live in the same town. What brought them together was travel lacrosse for Cobra Kai as little girls. And this is a journey that started when they were 7 years old. And it's just when they came together. And this is a story that plays out for all people. They would play on one team after another together. They would try out for teams. They would make teams. They were always together. And this is the portion of their lives where they were young, growing up, always playing together in the game of girls lacrosse. And side by side they were, growing up before our eyes, always together out there in the field. Friendship, like I said, they were friends because of lacrosse. But then, Mike, we went from the days playing together with Cobra Kai to playing against each other. New Jersey versus New York. Callie on Jersey, Josie on New York. Suffering high school against Albertus Magnus. They whacked us, by the way, Suffering. And then, of course, the final picture, Mike Drab ran across the field like a wild colt when the game ended to get this picture before the teams ran off, because him and I knew we had to get the final picture in that.
Oh, they don't play in the regular season?
No, they will not play in the regular season.
I thought you would at least show Chloe when she was at Northern Highlands to work some type of super football conference into this.
So you think I slighted my other 2 daughters?
Are they coming?
Man, do you have anything on my other 2 daughters?
Well, this is good.
Now
this
Chloe
makes sense.
and Isabel.
That makes sense.
And then, of course, Chloe at Northern Highlands for a year. Isabel would go on to Marist. And, of course, Chloe, a Fryer, playing for Providence.
Why'd you pull her out of Highlands?
I bought a pizzeria. It was in New York. It was a disaster. Thank God I got back to my roots.
Oh, that's good, Jim. Congratulations, buddy.
It was really nice. And, like I said, I just want to say that sometimes travel sports gets a bad rap. Listen, it does have the potential to end friendships. It does have the potential to divide people. It's expensive. It's grueling. It's time consuming, but it really does a lot for kids. They develop friendships, lifelong friendships, and they're sports friendships. And a sports friendship is different than a school friendship. It's different than a neighborhood friendship, and they can last forever. And it's like, at the end of the day, I would do it all over again. So as much as it drives people crazy to be involved in youth sports and travel sports, trust me when I tell you, buddy, it's a journey worth taking.
Congrats.
You got it.
Question for you.
Yes.
Be honest.
Yeah.
If that was Katie out there with Josie or Chloe or Isabel, you know me. I'm much more emotional than you.
Yeah.
I would have been crying.
No, I know. And listen,
did you have any tears?
No, I mean, sometimes when I think about, it ending, you get emotional. But like, your son Brian had a tremendous lacrosse story going from Norwalk High to St. John's and, becoming the goalie, for the Red Storm of St. John's. And it's, listen, it's been a long period of my life. This is the last season for Josie, and she had had a terrific day and, kind of remind us.
Did she shut Drab down?
It's fall ball, so Delaware got the better of us in that game. But with Josie and Callie out there, and of course Callie scored the first goal of the game when it was Josie on defense versus Callie on offense. And after the first quarter, it was 2-1 Delaware, and then they switched everybody out. But it was a great day. You got it, buddy.
Congrats. Abel, you know what I'm thinking? Some of those schools that you mentioned, I like the James Madison thing for you. I like that a lot. That guy can coach. He's not going to be there long, though, so be careful.
Yeah, they're moving up in the world, too.
He's very, very good. All right, so this week I forgot to give Vin the graphics. So tomorrow night, you and I are up in Wayne for DePaul, St. Joe's. God only knows what's going to happen in that game. Bosco, St. Peter's Prep, also on the network on Saturday.
Halloween.
On Saturday, it is Del Barton and Ben DeVella on the call with DeFazio for Del Barton and Paramus Catholic. And then did you bite off too much bringing Gerst on as the analyst? Oh, boy.
Can he get flagged up in the booth?
Oh, my God. Crazy. Well, that's it. We will be back, I'm told, December 3rd. I'm not sure. We're going to take the playoffs off, come back to a championship recap because we know there'll be Super Conference.
You never know. I believe there's going to be some content on the Super Football Conference Network or Instagram pages, and so that we'll keep you abreast.
You can do that because I'm done driving from Long Island because it takes way too long. See you, bud. Hey, you guys, terrific. Get a shot of yourselves. There you go. Throw the credits over yourselves. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Terrific. Thank you.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Welcome. Come on in.
Looking for mental health services for you or your loved ones? We have a signature way to pair you up with a therapist that meets your specific needs. At the Lucan Center, we are driven by science and led by compassion.
Thank you.
Experience the Lucan difference at any of our 7 locations in northern Jersey. Log on to lucancenter.com or call us at 201-409-0393. At Lucan Center, get Lucan centered today.
Jets fans, clear the runway. Justin Fields and the New York Jets are taking on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m.
Under pressure, he'll be sacked.
Be there at MetLife Stadium to experience the action and energy of Jets game day.
Justin Fields all the way to the end zone.
Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets.
When the game is on the line, you need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.